On 60 Minutes, John Reed Stark, the former chief of SEC Office of Internet Enforcement, he said, every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto. And I'm going to go to my next slide here because the quote was remarkably impressive. I got to give it to him. It was impressive from the sense that he took every single piece of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and somehow squeezed it into a sentence or two. He said, every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto, especially ransomware, human sex trafficking, sanctions evasion, money laundering. North Korea is financing their weapons using crypto. It was remarkable. So what I did, my first point on this is I went and I highlighted crypto here. You see how I highlighted that in orange? Because I think the main point and the first point is you can take crypto and you could flip it and swap in any other significant technology, and this statement would still be true. How about this? Every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of the internet, especially ransomware, human sex trafficking, sanctions, money laundering. North Korea is financing their nuclear weapons program using the internet. Or I made another one for you guys. What about this one? Every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of cell phones. Every single ransomware and human sex trafficking, these people, they're using cell phones. We have to stop them. If someone makes a phone call that's a criminal using an iPhone, we have to tell Tim Cook and shut it down. No, of course not. Listen, the reality is technology is neutral. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Technology is neutral. Bitcoin is software. It's open source code. It doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't lean this way or that way. It doesn't jump up or down. It's neutral. Human beings use technology and tools to do things. Now, they often aren't neutral. Human beings can at times be criminals. For example, the criminal's favorite money to use historically, according to data, is the US dollar. So the notion that Bitcoin is somehow advancing criminal activity is ridiculous and it's absurd.
Hey, so I wanted to open with this with Jack, as you can see here, and listen, look below, Money Matters podcast. This is his Monday weekly podcast where he talks from his empty closet, and he showed a video of it earlier. You see the link below to the whole episode if you want to watch it. Him walking around and showing it's a real closet he's in. It's not just some fake green screen background or picture, which I thought was pretty funny. But the point is, at this point, as you just saw, if you believe anyone from mainstream media or anyone who goes on there with an agenda to lie, brainwash, propaganda, and psyop the American people, there's not much more we can do for you. You have to know that since the election and what just happened, that everything is a lie that they say, okay? Unless they're just giving you straight facts of breaking news, an event that happened, any other opinion outside of the just black and white facts, I don't believe. Everything to me is 100% lie. They've been found to be lying. They did everything in their power to show their hand, and they continue to just keep lying because I don't know how people still believe them and give them any opportunity. Like how? We're going to get back to this on how to live on Bitcoin and how to live your life more cheaply. Because if you do start using slowly and keep growing into this Bitcoin standard, living off of Bitcoin, you will have actually things go down in cost to you. You will have depreciation in your cost of living. Your cost of living will get cheaper over time. So instead of everything getting more expensive and you getting just crushed by inflation, your life will actually become more richly. You will be able to live a more rich life. You'll be able to have things that are going to get cheaper and cheaper over time to you, not to everybody else living on the fiat standard, but to you. So let's get back to Jack here and continue. Hey, as we get into this video, just want to real quick show the two platforms and hope you please use my links below. You earn $5, I earn $5, nothing major, but we both win in the long run. So here is a Strike, of course, where you can buy your Bitcoin. You can get paid directly from your direct deposit income in Bitcoin. And now you can pay your bills in Bitcoin and live on Bitcoin, which this video is going to go into more details on how to live a life more richly, but also how to make your life cheaper over time. How your money can actually buy more over time with the same money you make. Okay, that's number one. Number two, here is River. River is a great platform if you want to keep cash, and you have to keep cash. So basically, full FDIC insured for money you have to keep in cash, 0 fees for recurring buys. We're going to do it through Strike. We're not going to do it through River unless you want to just move money around and play. That's up to you. But the biggest thing is for the money you have to keep in cash. Look right here. 3.8% a year, but you earn the interest in Bitcoin instead of earning 0.2% in your checking account. Even if your checking account paid you 3%, you'd have $100 in cash. You earn $3 in US fiat dollars that keeps the basing of going down. Would you rather earn $3.80 in fiat? Or would you rather earn $3.80 for every 100 in Bitcoin so you have sats that will go up over time? So that 3.8%, when you go over time and the sats appreciate, you're earning 10, 15, 20% interest on your cash. Who else is going to give you that? 50%, 100% interest on your cash. You can't earn that anywhere else because you get paid monthly in sats. So links below. Please use both. I greatly appreciate it. And now back to the video.
I live on Bitcoin, meaning I own 0 US dollars. Why do I do that? I do that because the dollar only goes down, okay? When I live on the dollar, or when anyone lives on the dollar, your life just gets more expensive, okay? So I asked myself, why would I want to own any of the thing that just goes down and makes my life more expensive? Why would I own any of that? And my answer was, I don't know why I own any of those things. So I got rid of all my dollars. I own $0. Now, Bitcoin is the opposite of the dollar. You can't make any more of it. It cannot be inflated. It cannot be debased. And so when I realized, well, when I own Bitcoin, everything around me gets cheaper. It's the opposite of the dollar. My life gets less expensive as time goes on, the more I own Bitcoin. So how much do I want to own of the money that just goes up over time? And my answer was, well, as much as I possibly can. And so I birthed a new life for myself where I was going to own $0 and I was going to find a way to only live on Bitcoin. Now, for me to achieve that, thankfully and luckily, I also own and run a company, and we built 2 products to support that. One is to allow me to get paid in Bitcoin. So my direct deposit, my paycheck, I get it into Strike and it gets converted all into Bitcoin 100%. So that way, bi-weekly, I get paid in Bitcoin. Next is, how do I pay for things? How I live my life is I spend on credit cards in every day. So whether I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to the Bulls game, or I'm going to the bar, I just spend on credit cards. I got an Amex, I got an Apple card, Fidelity card, Chase Sapphire, whatever that is. The reason that that's such a beautiful product is the credit card allows me to spend dollars without having to own them, right? So I'm spending on credit, okay? And then when I have bills, like paying my credit card bill, or this place I'm sitting in here has an HOA, whatever my bill is, I link my Strike account, and Strike lets me pay that bill from my Bitcoins. So I get paid in Bitcoins, I pay my bills with Bitcoins. Since I started this, Bitcoin is up over 100%, which means Bitcoin has doubled in price, which is another way of saying my life has gotten half off, right? My checking account, my bank account, my account that holds my money has doubled in value, which means everything in my life has gotten half off. So that's how I live my life. That's my life hack. That's how everything around me gets cheaper, whether it's a house or college tuition or groceries or a vacation. Everything around me gets more affordable, more attainable. It incentivizes me to save. It's an amazing life, and it's just by going from a money that other people can print and debase to going to a money that no one can print and debase. Going from a money that only goes down to a money that only goes up over time. Okay, now the main question, we launched this product, by the way. So if you download Strike, you could do exactly what I'm doing. You could literally I posted a video on my YouTube channel of I screen recorded my phone. I swear to God, of like, this is exactly how I live my life. And so if you guys want to go watch and see that, you can download Strike and you can get paid in Bitcoin and you can pay your bills with Bitcoin. Okay. So this is accessible to everyone. The main question that was asked to me after we launched this product last week is, what about taxes? You cannot do this with taxes. Taxes make this impossible. I'm not even going to do it with taxes. Don't taxes wipe away the gain? The answer to that is no, like not even close. But it's a good question because I think people are confused by taxes. A lot of people have accountants, so they don't actually do the taxes themselves, so they may not understand it. So I have an example here I put together that's very simple, and then I have an Excel sheet that my colleague made that we can walk through that has a lot more detail. Are you guys ready? We're going to talk about taxes when living on Bitcoin. I know it sounds like a dull topic, but literally it's the top of everyone's mind. I never thought that I would be on the internet explaining how I do taxes, but here we are and I love it. Okay, here's my example. Let's say you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, okay? This is just an example's sake, but that's a round number. You buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. Next, Bitcoin goes up 10%. Okay, so what's the math on this? Your Bitcoin is now worth $110. I'm going to pause there. Following so far, right? You buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, your Bitcoin goes up 10%, your Bitcoin is now worth $110. Next, you pay a bill with your Bitcoin. So you use that $110 to pay a bill, okay? Let's assume your tax rate is 25%. Now you can input whatever tax rate you want in this example, but keep following with me. So you bought Bitcoin at $100, you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin went up 10%. That Bitcoin's now worth $110. You use that Bitcoin to pay a bill with Strike. Your tax rate is 25%. You owe 25% on your capital gain. Okay, that's a key point, on your capital gain, meaning your capital gain is $10. So you spent $100 on Bitcoin. When you paid a bill with it, it was worth $110. What is your capital gain? It's $10. That's the capital you gained since owning the Bitcoin. Now, this is the part that confuses people. Okay, so if you owe 25% on your capital gain, you owe $2.50 in taxes, okay? Does that make sense? So you would have made $7.50 after your tax expenses living on Bitcoin. If you were not living on Bitcoin, you would just still have $100 in cash while Bitcoin is worth $110. So you would have gotten debased. That's called asset inflation. That means the dollar's going down. Okay, does that make sense? Let me actually, how do I move my head? You guys can't see this. Hold on.
And while he's doing that, very, very simply, and you should know, is that basically your bill that you paid was 7.5% cheaper than it would have been paying with fiat. So there's two ways to look at it. Either you save 7.5% on your bill and you got an immediate discount and coupon, so to speak, right? You got the Black Friday sale, whatever you want to call it. Or if your bill is 100 and you put in 100 and went up 10%, well, you paid your bill, but by paying your bill, you made $7.50 of extra money that's sitting there in Bitcoin is going to continue to grow over time. That's the better part of it is you put in 100, your bill is 100, it goes up 10%, well, you've made $7.50 after taxes net to you that you never would have had. Had you just taken your $100 from your fiat checking account, paid your $100 bill, you would have $0 remaining. Now you have $7.50 remaining in Bitcoin that's going to continue to grow over time exponentially. That is the huge aha breakthrough that hopefully is resonating and going through and just really understanding. You know, your checking account, when you use it, it's gone. You save it, get a bill, you spend, gone, nothing left. Now you have the potential of something left that's going to continue to grow at 30, 40, 50% average return is what we're looking at if you go backwards on this. So that's where the beauty and the magic, the compounding happens. And 750 sounds like a little bit amount, but if you compound that and compound that and compound that over time, your life's going to get cheaper and cheaper. And it's going to be amazing long term. So he has a few more things here to go. And I'll discuss more too. And we're going to keep discussing this. This is going to be a topic we're going to go over and over and over. So please give a like, give a subscribe, leave questions, ask questions about this, ask things that we could discuss about this. I would love to answer those in the comments below.
My colleague made this. Shout out Manuela, the GOAT. And here's what we're looking at. So this is more detail. So here we have assuming a biweekly paycheck of around $5,000, okay? And assuming that you have expenses in your life that are $6,000. So you're making about $10,000 a month in pay. Oh, tiny screen. Do I need to blow it up a little bit? Hold on. I can do that for you. Okay. This is blown up. Let me know if that helps. All right. So here's what we're looking at. Let's assume you have a biweekly paycheck of about $5,000. So you're making, I don't know, 10, but listen, I know people are going to say, that's not me, or blah, blah, blah. Listen, guys, you can input your own information. What do you think? I'm supposed to representing all 8 billion people? Humble yourself. Who do you think you are? Queen Elizabeth? Come on, focus. Come on, we're getting distracted. Back to the top. Let's assume you have a biweekly paycheck of about $5,000. Biweekly, meaning you get 2 a month, meaning you're making about $10,000 a month, okay? Now, let's assume you've got monthly bills of $6,000. So you're making 10, you're spending 6, okay? Now, you've got the taxes in here. You can change these if you want. So you got 45% federal tax, state taxes a little less than 5%. I even have the fees to buy and sell, okay? So everyone's like, well, don't you charge fees? Yes, I run a company. I have to make money. I have to process my employees' payroll. So I even put this in here, okay? And I'm assuming inflation at 3%, which is extremely generous. Inflation, as we know it, is probably like 10 or 20%. Okay, now, start date is the beginning of this year. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. This is ridiculous. If you were to stay in fiat, you would have gotten debased. If you would have put it in a high yield savings account, ooh, high yield, I'm getting whatever, 2% on my cash. Who cares? If you were to live on Bitcoin, look at how much you would be up. This is why I say life gets like half off. If Bitcoin average is going up 50 to 100% every year on average, listen, bear markets happen. You need to be fiscally responsible and prepare for that. You shouldn't be getting bottle service. You shouldn't be flying private jets, right? Be fiscally responsible here. But this incentivizes you to save. It rewards you to save. You finally have a money that acts in your best interest. Okay? And if I go to the data tab, this has all of the data. So it would go to show, like, listen, this is when you would buy. This is the price you would be buying at. Okay? Right? This is how much taxes you would owe. So guys, this is net of taxes, net of fees. Okay? So everyone on Twitter is like, he's not including the fees. Yes, I am. Oh, he's not calculating taxes. Yes, I am. What do you guys think? I'm a liar? I live this life. I do this. I live this life. This is my life. What do you think? I don't know what I'm talking about? I know what I'm talking about more than anyone else in the world. Come on. So look, start date, November of last year. End date, November of this year. Your life got half off. With taxes, with fees. If this doesn't help you understand it, I don't know what will. I literally don't. Taxes are not a problem. In fact, taxes are a good thing. Let me say it this way. If I never paid taxes on Bitcoin, that means Bitcoin didn't go up. Do people understand that? Owing taxes mean you made money. You made money. Listen, no one loves taxes. We can all agree on that. That's not an egregious hot take. No one likes taxes, okay? Let's say that. Let's put that out there. However, the fact that I would owe taxes means I made money. That's a good thing. If I didn't owe any taxes, that means the strategy's not working, okay? So it's a good thing that you have to pay taxes. It means you're making money. It means you're avoiding debasement. You're only paying a portion of your gain. So the profit is everything else. And this thing is so profitable. Owning Bitcoin is so profitable. You're making 50 to 100% a year on average. Okay? And everyone's like, we'll talk about the bear market, talk about the bear market, talk about the bear market. What about it? What about it? Here's my rules of life. Rule number 1, don't be an asshole. Don't spend more than you're making. If you're making $10,000 a month, don't spend $11,000. So live within your means, cut down on your expenses. Make sure you account for bad things happening to you. If you live a life that prevents you from saving, then you need to check your lifestyle. That's not Bitcoin's fault, okay?
All right, so you see the calculator here, very, very simple. You can see there, and there's an easy way to pay for this. This could be a follow-up video afterwards showing a little more step-by-step, a little more tutorial. I'm going to do a video giving some insight to his tutorial, which is a very short video. But what do you think? Do you think something you could do? Do you think that this is something you can try? Because like I said, I'm going to be doing it about $400 a month starting now. I'm going to be using to pay bills a little over $300 plus a month, so I give myself a buffer for any fluctuation. And then as time goes on, as Bitcoin appreciates and my bills get cheaper, I will incorporate a more increase more bills, and look to see how much I can get myself to. And it'd be great if I can get myself 100% on this by, let's say, 12 months. That's the objective. So we'll see if it's doable. I think it can be, but we'll see. But, I just want everybody to see this. I think this is a lot of value. Again, links below if you want to open a Strike account. If you do so, please use the link I have below. All it does is it gives you, for a certain amount of money you purchase in Bitcoin, waives that 1% fee. It helps me waive the 1% fee. It's equal. I think you make like $5. So you make $5, I make $5. Nothing major there. And also link below for River, because if you have any money you want to put in cash or you have to keep in cash and you want to earn interest in Bitcoin, but you have to have the cash. But hey, instead of earning 0.2% in a checking account or locking it up in a damn CD, why not earn 3.8% interest that's paid monthly, that is fully liquid to you? And the interest is paid in Bitcoin. So you're earning sats on your cash while you have to keep the cash. If you have money you want to just keep there that you don't plan on spending, you just need for backup or whatever your purposes is. So links below for both. They both make you $5. They both make me $5 and nothing major, but it'd be greatly appreciated for that to like, sub. Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment. I want to have some conversations with you on this as we keep going down this journey. Wish you all the best. And as always, here is to your success.